Welcome to Teams Tuesday, a podcast about mastering the best about what other people have already figured out. Teams Tuesday focuses on insights and lessons that never expire. You will walk away from every episode with actionable insights that help you get better results and be more productive.
This was about as darn easy as it gets. The client just couldn't make up their mind.
I feel like we had top.
Went from a project of 20 weeks to just 2.
The DevOps was a cultural shift.
This is Teams Tuesday with your host, Peter Ward.
Okay, good evening, good afternoon, or perhaps it's good morning where you are. My name is Peter Ward. I'm the host of Teams Tuesday. I would say we've got a phenomenal speaker, but all our speakers are very phenomenal. But actually, this is the first guest speaker we've had from Saudi Arabia. May, good evening. How are you?
Hi, Peter. How are you? I'm doing well. And thank you for having me today.
Always a pleasure to have great speakers. Right. So the first question I have is that you seem to have a nickname or on your blog and LinkedIn, Agent008. Where's this come from?
So let me introduce myself, then I'm going to tell you the whole story behind Agent008.
Okay.
My name is May Alhajri, my actual name, and actually I'm from Saudi Arabia. And as you mentioned, you can call me Agent008. I'm from Saudi, my dad from Saudi, and my mom from Syria. So I'm Saudi. Also, I have been graduated with computer engineering bachelor degree from Prince Mohammed University. It's a famous university within Saudi Arabia. Also, I started my journey with the community as a Power Addicts, if you heard about Power Addicts community. And from there, actually, I started to share my knowledge and I became the first Saudi female with the MVP award from Microsoft. So, my story behind Agent008, it started within the Schlumberger company as I'm working within Schlumberger company as a digital analyst, and I have 6 years experience within oil and gas industry. So actually, when I started my journey related to Power Platform, I started to build a dashboard, Power Apps, all this amazing tool by myself, by Learn through Microsoft Learn and all this amazing stuff. And internally within Schlumberger, they have like a program related to it's related to digital agents or special agents program as they call it. So from there, I had no idea about it. The management, they come to me and after like a few months, they told me pick a number from 1 to 20, but you cannot choose number 7. So I was lucky to choose number 8 actually. I told them, okay, I'm gonna pick number 8. And from there, after like a few weeks, they sent me from Houston a package with the t-shirt, with the name Digital Agent 008. And from there, anyone or everyone within Schlumberger, they start to call me Agent008. Then as I started my journey with the Twitter, all the social media to share my knowledge as a May Alhajri, I thought like, it is the time to use Agent008 even externally, not only internally. And from there, I get the approval from the Schlumberger Digital Engagement Manager that I will use this name. I know it's like a funny name and just I'm going to use it to be my personal brand. Even if I will leave the Schlumberger company, it will become, maybe one day I will have my own company with the Agent008. I build the logo, I create the website. So I make it my official personal logo and my official brand. Yeah.
And is it on your business card right now?
Yes, everywhere. So anyone now, they can call me Agent008. No more May Alhajri.
Okay. Yeah. Well, congratulations being the first Saudi female MVP. That's that's a big achievement on this. And so I always ask this for sort of like some of the speakers, tell me something which people don't know about you professionally.
Okay, it's really a nice question. And let me tell you a few things. I have a lot of things that not many people, they will know, but I'm going to highlight some of them. So first, actually, I am a food vlogger. I record a lot of videos related to the food and how we can cook the food as my mom from Syria. So she is an amazing, she's doing a lot of stuff by cooking. And so I'm recording a lot of videos related to the food. Also, actually, I really like to drive, especially when I'm in a bad mood. I feel like I would like to convert my negative energy to be as a positive while I'm driving. Also, I really like to learn new things, especially on the digital area. So I keep like every time with the updated news, I try my best to learn new topics. And also, as I mentioned, I really like to try new things, new areas, a new country, a new culture. So this is the main things that I do about
Okay.
myself. Not many people they know.
What car do you drive?
So I have Jeep. I really like to drive Jeep, and recently I started to drive Range Rover, and I will try most of the cars. Yeah.
Okay. So how much is the price of gas in Saudi?
So for the gas, actually, it depends. We have 91, 95. I'm not sure if it's the same thing in other country. They call it here within Saudi, like, it depends on your car, but the cost, it's like 1 point something real for liter. I'm not sure, but it's become expensive now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm sure it's a bit cheaper than New York. Okay.
I think, yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah.
Typical work day. You said you wake up at about 7 a.m. and you make yourself coffee.
Yeah. So yeah, so for me, actually, my day work, actually, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. and I prefer to start my morning by doing a coffee, 3-in-1 Nescafe. If you know this one, it's really an amazing coffee. It's my favorite one. I cannot live without it. So then I start to open my email, readings, all my emails, check with what kind of a project that I'm working on it. And I'm spending like, especially when I wake up and after drinking my coffee, I prefer to post like a positive quotes on my social media to give the positive vibes to the community. And from there, I start to focus 2 to 3 hours on my current project. And after the work hours, I'm like focusing on my self-development, like attending a specific course, doing sessions with the community, and so on.
Right. So when you graduated, what was your first job?
Okay, so after my graduation, I get an offer from Sanad company. Before they call it Neighbors Arabia. I'm not sure if you heard about it. It's like with the Aramco. It's like oil and gas industry. It was my first job, actually. It's like 6 years ago, and I started as an IT on-site support with them. I worked on several projects. It was my first actually job experience. I was super shy, no idea where I will be in the future. It was something really new, especially after my graduation. The university, something totally different than the work environment. So, but it was an amazing. I joined them for 1 year, and from there, I moved to Schlumberger company. So, yeah.
Okay, very cool. You first started using SharePoint 2019, and of course using InfoPath. Very nice. Things have moved on. I know we're doing a bit about Power Apps. In terms of like your last challenging project, what was your last challenging project?
So actually, I was working on a project. I'm not sure if you heard about a crystal ball within Excel. So this crystal ball will give you a functionality to do risk analysis. So I had like a project to convert this functionality from Excel to be in Power BI and to get a Monte Carlo simulation functionality within Power BI. It was like a challenge project for me because within Schlumberger, we have a limitation with the access of the functionality that we have it from Power Platform. At the same time, it was like a challenging task for me because I need to learn more about a crystal ball, what kind of functionality that we have it, so I will be able to make it within Power BI. So this was the challenge project that I faced it actually. Yeah.
Okay. Is that sort of like the Monte Carlo simulation from Excel?
Exactly. So if you download something, we call it a crystal ball in Excel, you will be able to do the Monte Carlo simulation, which is you can see the risk analysis for any specific project or any specific, like we are using a rig and all this stuff, data for the oil and gas industry. So it's the same thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what do you think the biggest mistake that you think holds back clients when it comes to SharePoint?
So it's not only about SharePoint. I can make it like in general, because as I'm digital analyst, I used to deal with a lot of end user, especially within my company, and the end user, they are my customer and my client. So when I started my role as a digital analyst, the biggest mistake that I did actually, I was like asking them, what do you want to have? Like what kind of application or dashboard or data source that you want to have? And from there, I set a meeting, only one meeting with them. I get their requirement and I build the application for them. It was wrong because I need to make it more professional. I need to sit with them different times to understand their requirement, and also to avoid all this stuff. I learned a lot of things from the book. We call it Value Proposition Design. Actually, I'm not sure if you heard about this book. It's an amazing book that will help you to understand your customer and how to map between your customer profile and the product that you are building. Maybe project, maybe like a physical product or an application. So this was actually the biggest mistake, that I need to show my clients or my customer how to use the tool, what kind of functionality that will help them before using the live product. So yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, like technology on its own is not enough. Okay, unless it adds value. At Soho, we actually have a kind of a mantra. The site says that basically, if we're implementing a software product, unless it adds value, it saves us money or improves the user experience, we're not going to employ it. It just doesn't work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in terms of a demo, you're going to show us an awards in Power Apps.
Okay, sure. Let me share my screen. I'm going to share with you an application. Just a minute. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if you are able to see my screen.
I can. Very nice. The excellent awards.
Yeah, actually, I did a session about this application on how to build it, what the data structure behind it. I'm going to give you a quick overview about this tool. Actually, this application, I built it by using Power Apps, my data source SharePoint, or you can use something, we call it Dataverse within Power Apps. And also I'm using Power Automate. I'm using a Power BI to do a tracking. So I just wanted today to show you how you can integrate all this amazing tool from Power Platform. So for example, here, previous work before having this application within my organization, actually, it was a manual process. Like the management, they send an email, like we have a specific program to recognize our employee. And the previous project or the previous work was actually they send an email, they have a Microsoft form, and the employees, they fill the form. And from there, they export the Excel and they start filtering. And still, we need some admins. We need a lot of people to do this work. So what I suggest for them, that we can have an application. We can automate all this workflow by using Power Platform package, and everything can done without having a developers. We can build it by ourselves. So the main idea behind this application, it will help the end users and also will help the management and even the owner. So what kind of functionalities that I built within this application? Actually, you can, as an end user, you can go there, you can submit your project that you would like to nominate, and you would like to send it to your management or your organization to see the value, and they can evaluate it. So you just need to go there, fill the form, which is we have it within the Power Apps. And from there, once you submit it, the owner will receive an email like, do you want to approve this project or do you want to reject it? And once it's approved, actually, it will go to the evaluator. So as a management, they have a full functionality to check all the nominees form. They can check what kind of evaluation point they have, and also they can check the result. So as an evaluator, I can see this management menu from here, and I can go to this part. I can filter it based on the categories. It depends what you want to have. And from there, I can see all the projects that I have it within my data source. And for example, if I pick any project that I have it, for example, this project as an evaluator, and we have 3 categories. Like if it's approved from the owner, it will be with the green color, and I can put some points. If it's yellow color, it means it's still not reviewed, and the owner need to check, either approve it or reject it. Or if it's rejected, I cannot do anything. So for example, this project I already evaluated. I can go here as a new entry as a owner, and I can approve it from the system itself. It's something really amazing because you have a full functionality from one place. And for example, If I want to approve it, I just need to select it from the drop-down menu. I can read all the information related to the project and submit. And once I submit it, actually, the evaluator will be able to see here a new message here, which is with the red color that it's waiting for your vote. It means go there and do some evaluation as an evaluator. So once I click here, I will be able to see this button, start voting. And once I click on it, and I can read all the information related to the project and all our data, it's within the SharePoint. So from there, I can see the project details, project evaluation, and based on the criteria that you would like to evaluate, you can put here the point. The highest number is 5 and the lowest number is 1. And from there, you just need to put the numbers based on the what kind of things that you would like to evaluate your project. Maybe it's collaboration, maybe submission quality, and so on. And click evaluate. And from there, you can see that it's done. And if I want to check all my product that I evaluated for the other employees, I can go there as a manager or as a management from there, and I can see what kind of a project that I selected. Then the owner will have a full functionality to do or to select the awards category, because the main idea behind this one, to give the employee a specific awards based on the points or the score. So as an owner, I can go there and I can see here the score. And the easiest thing that I can do, I just need to select the award category. For example, here I can send a thank you letter, maybe medal or a trophy. And from there, once I click yes, send an email, the end user will receive an email with the certificates and congratulations and so on. So the main idea behind this live demo, I will not go in technical details. I just wanted to show you how we can use a Power Apps in different business case. Even you can build a games. For me, I built a digital escape room and other games. And how you can integrate all these tools, like sending an email, sending an approval, building a dashboard, all this stuff actually under Power Platform, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate. Even if you want to add some chat or something, you can use a Power Virtual Agents. So this is the main idea behind this one. And by the way, I will be uploading this template for this application if you want to play around with it within my website, Agent 008.
Please send us the link. Okay, so let's just look at this then. This is the standard Power Apps. How long did this take to build?
So actually, to understand all the structure, it took for me 1 week to understand with the management how they want the application to be. And from there, I built it within 1 week because I'm already expert in Power Apps. I know most of the things, but still I'm learning. So, but for the other users, what I really suggest for you, if you are a beginner and you don't know how to build an application, you can start from template. And from there, you are able to learn a lot of stuff. So, yeah.
Right. Okay. And where's the flow? You got I'm assuming there's a bit of flow here for the approvals to be kicking. You got all of that stuff.
So the flow, actually, by using Power Automate, I have 2 main flows because I cannot open it here because it contains some confidential data for the site. So that's why. But the flow actually, So the flow, it's 2 flows. One, to send an email, something really easy. You can go and search about send an email or the connector from SharePoint. As my data source is a SharePoint, so what I really need to do, just select the connector and trigger SharePoint. Like when a new item is added to my SharePoint, send an email, which is Outlook. And the second flow for the approval, even if you are not familiar with Power Automate, just search about approval. And from there, you click on it and customize it and add your SharePoint list if you are using a SharePoint. So with Power Platform, they make our life much easier, especially for the developers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So much on that. In terms of are you using the Power Platform with integrating it with other tools like Yammer, Teams, Planner?
Yeah, actually, within my company, I started my journey by being active on Yammer. So Yammer, it's like the communication tool for me to share with the team, to do all this stuff. And for sure, Microsoft Teams, it's the place where we can share everything, our to-do, Yammer, everything within Teams. So it's like our home. And for the rest tool, we have S-Way, we have different tools and amazing tools from Office 365. Yeah.
One of the great things about the Power Apps is that it just works great on a mobile device. Like InfoPath just couldn't do it.
Exactly. So Power Apps, actually, I really like it because you can open it everywhere. And as you mentioned, it's like they make our life much easier, especially for the developers. They can build an application within one day even. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Just very quickly, in Power Apps, you've been working for 5 years. What's the best advice you've been given, and what's the worst advice you've been given?
For you mean in general, or the
In
best
general,
advice?
career.
Okay. So for you mean from my side or from other person?
From your side, what's the best advice you've been given from your mentors?
Okay. So what they mentioned, that I need to think before doing anything, and also listen to the others, because for me, actually, when I want to do something, I will do it. This is me. So the best advice from my mentors, they mentioned, listen very careful, learn from others, try your best to develop yourself. And the worst advice, I'm not sure, but let me think. Yeah, the worst advice, that sometimes we have a different mindset because of the generation and all this stuff. So maybe for me it was a worse advice, but for them it was a good advice. But for any advice that I'm receiving, I convert it to be as a best, and I'm accepting any advice. And for me, from anyone that they are providing me any advice, I take it to my to develop myself, even if it's a bad comment. So there is no worse.
Everything's a contribution, as they say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What are you working on to make yourself a better developer?
So for me, actually, I really like to study new things, and the most important things to focus on both area, technical area and soft skills area, because this is stuff, the main thing to make sure that I can develop myself in my career path. So for the technical stuff, I try my best to focus on the technology, how to develop all this stuff, try to participate on different workshops. Even while I'm sharing my knowledge with others, I'm learning a lot of things from others. So this is the best thing. And for the soft skills, actually, I'm trying to develop myself more in the communication, especially by doing a lot of sessions, creativity, problem solving, all this stuff. And even the project management, it's the main focus area for me this year, to make sure that I can develop myself more and more in this area. Yeah.
Right. And you said, I think in the next 5 years, you want to own your own company.
Yeah, hopefully I will have Agent 008. I don't know, but yeah, maybe somewhere in Middle East. Yeah.
You better take that domain, URL domain, actually, from GoDaddy before someone else takes it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Agent 008, it's now my everything. Yeah.
What's your learning platform?
So the platform okay. So actually, the main platform that I'm learning from, Microsoft Learn. I'm sure that most of the people, they know Microsoft Learn, and there's a lot of online sources now it's available. But the best thing that attend several sessions that available from the community, it's really a huge thing for me that will help me to develop and learn from others. Like there's a different sessions from different people across the community. So I learned a lot from them. And as I mentioned, Microsoft Learn, it's an amazing source. It's like everything related to Microsoft. But for the other topics, we have another website, another sources, like different sources that are available. Yeah.
Yeah, we're big fans on Pluralsight, actually.
Yeah. So, for example, for Microsoft Learn, if you go there and if you are not familiar with how you can find your courses, you can just search about the topic and you can see all the topics that related to the product, like if it's Power Apps, Power Automate, and all this stuff. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Very cool. Where can people find you?
Just search Agent 008. You will be able to see me everywhere. So I'm super active on social media. Also, I have my own website, agent008.org. And also, I'm super active on Twitter, LinkedIn, and also all my infographics, all my sources within my website. I'm going to share the link with you. So if anyone would like to join to follow me. Yeah.
And we'll put all of this on SoundCloud and Spotify and on the website, our pages.
Okay, sure. I just put the link, and yeah, all my website there. Even I have my own YouTube channel in both Arabic and English. So if anyone interested to learn anything in Arabic, so I started to do a lot of content in Arabic. It's hard actually because all my study related to Microsoft in English, so I'm trying to use an Arabic words to explain to the Arabic audience on related to Microsoft. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's out of interest, when you do have you ever worked on any bilingual projects?
No, actually.
Right. Okay. Because in America we don't normally do this, but when we've had speakers in, and they're in France or or Germany, this is a conversation which they normally have, and I've got no experience of this, or very little experience of this. I would say that because in the States, all the projects are basically done in English. Okay, so we're almost out on time on this. So thank you for your guest here. I have to say, I've just posted your URL of your LinkedIn on this. And very, very final question on this. Where would you say Microsoft is going with the technologies?
So,
with the M365?
So actually, the powerful things with Microsoft, every time they have a new updates for all their tools, for me, my main focus area actually Power Platform. So I'm trying my best to follow the updated things that we have it with Power Platform. But I'm sure that every times when I open the Power Apps news that I have it on my phone, I can check every time we have a new functionality for Power App, Power BI, all this stuff, and even for other tools. So I'm sure that they are still working on to do more integration between their tool and
it's the changes are coming down pretty quick these days.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
These days,
as ever, mate, thank you for your time, and forward to hopefully meeting you in person in
sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.